Hello, everybody, and welcome to the new moon in Pisces tribute. I am Catherine, the brand creator of Chakras and Cuss Words podcast and spiritual brand. I am an intuitive spiritual guide, soon to be astrologer, and also a chakra and education coach and mentor. I am here to bring you your collective reading for the new moon in Pisces. I would like to say thank you to everybody who has purchased the tribute packet. We will be doing a collective reading for all 4 of the zodiac elements and also a energy clearing, which will be the following video. Remember that this reading brings nothing but love, light, and abundance to you. It is to be used with an open mind and open heart. For those who may be in an area of dark or shadow, the area is to be seen as temporary, as a pathway from transition to create further growth and enlightenment. Please hold nothing but peace and love with this reading. If you feel this reading does not serve you, you may release it back to the universe. So let's start in our traditional order. We will start with the fire signs, then move on to the water signs, earth signs, and air. I welcome you all with love. The first card we have is for the fire signs. Ace of Swords. Jumper card. 10 of Wands. And I will also be using an intention card as well. And then we have the moon. So right here for the fire signs, what I am seeing that we're going to really focus on our area of higher power, our higher intuition, especially right now as we are centered with the new moon in Pisces. The Pisces is very much known for his ability of creating intentions and functions that serves not only him purpose, but serves many of other people around him with purpose. The Pisces is a water sign, almost known as the water walker, high energy and high movements. I really want you to trust your intuition. Right now, I am seeing that you are very much enlightened. Your crown chakra is very high energy right now. I want you to be focused more in what is sustainable. As you see right here, there is a pathway for you. It is a long path. It's not going to necessarily be easy, and that's fine. We don't expect everything to be easy or totally just in this transition of a positive flow that goes very, I guess you could say, very at the same pace. What this transition is going to be focused on is learning to juggle your areas with boundaries, learning to juggle your areas with excessiveness. You're going to have to say no to certain things. You're going to have to say no to certain people's as you travel this path, and that is fine. As you are definitely sitting in your element of abundance, while you might feel that it is overwhelming at times, remember with everything that is dark, shadowy, and gloomy, as we see these 2 amazing magical creatures, the 2 wolves howling in the night, it represents both the balance of dark and light. And what this really means with this card is, even though as we are transitioning and trying to balance them both, we have to be okay in the area that we are centered. Right now, it might feel overwhelming, especially if you are on your path that has a huge transition. It might be overwhelming, but you're going to have to set it back to your intuition, back to your luck and back into your process of abundance. Remember right now that Pisces is still definitely centered with Jupiter. So even though you're a fire sign, that isn't holding you back. You have areas to move forward, especially in relationships, especially within business and communication. And for your intention card from the Starseed Oracle deck, I will pick one for you that will be centered on bringing you clarity and wisdom and new transitions as we move forward with this new journey. And the first card I see is Cracked Open. It is okay to surrender to the divine. It is okay to surrender to the alchemy of life. You might wonder, what does that mean? That means saying it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have these road bumps. It's okay for this path not to be so clear. What it is saying to me is that you really need to step out of that comfort zone. Let your vulnerability show, because that is where you're going to transition in your higher area of growth. That is where you're going to transition into your higher energy of power and really step into that area. It is okay to surrender and to feel that you don't know what to do. It is okay to show that cosmic energy, because it is a transition of moving forward. And that is the read for the fire signs. Once again, thank you everybody who has bought and purchased the ritual packet. It is being sent out today on March 2nd. The new moon in Pisces energy is nothing but luck, abundance, and moving forward. As many of you guys know, Pluto is aligned in our atmosphere, in our hemisphere, and that area is sometimes making us question our transitions, making us question our formation, but don't hold back on setting value to what is your true meaning and true worth of where you see your energy centered. And then the next reading is for the water signs. This is your energy for the water signs. Oh, we have the 10 of Wands again. And Knight of Wands. Perfect. This card is screaming magic. This read is screaming magic. Magic, magic, magic. Woo, for the water signs, talk about a nice little read right here. So we have the Page of Wands. You are definitely in that Pisces energy. The solar plex is lit. The light is abundant. The chakra is aligned. And the chakras that we are concentrating right now, with this card, we see the solar plex, which really recognizes that self-worth, that willpower, that movement power, but also what is aligned right now is the water element. The water element of the Pisces, which resembles our passion. And we see it right here. We see it right here in that card right there. And what this is showing me is that right now you might be feeling this journey of joy, this journey of happiness, this journey of light and just pure abundance. But what is really going to bring you to your ultimate goal of passion and living in your divine state is this. We're back at it. We're back on the mission. We're back on the area of transition. We're back on the area of movement, and we're back on the area of setting our boundaries, clearing our pathway, and make sure that it is aligned with not only our desires, not only our life, but it is aligned with the voyage. It is aligned with the journey, and that is what I am seeing for the water signs. It's okay to be on this path, like I said before, for the fire signs. This path is coming back up continuously because this is a time for transition. This is a time for pathways. Right here is your divine state. Right here is your divine area. This is your passion. If it's communication that you need to set with a loved one, if it's your magic process, if it's starting a new business, if it's starting a new book, if it's starting a new adventure, this is where you are headed. This is where you want to be. This is the card that serves that person of knowing their ability to create their own magic surrounding, create their own voyage, create their own legacy, as we see the beautiful horse in the background. So step into that area. Really concentrate on what is your passion and setting intentions towards that area. And for your intention card, for the water signs, I have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Look at all that water in there. If you weren't picking up some water intentions, this is a sign too. So here we have surrender to the sweetness of life. Put a little bit of lemon in your cup. Put a little bit of passion in your tea. Put a little bit of energy in where you are seeking joy. I really want you to set intentions with water. As you pour your water, speak out your intentions as they are already here. You are abundant. The universe loves you. You love the universe. It flows like an easy stream. I want you to also speak out your worth as you bathe, as you shower. Let the thoughts of sweet bliss for yourself and love come back in. If you have an area where you can set some water sound, of course, listen to the water sound energy that will be provided for you in this ritual package, but also think of getting a water fountain, a stream like this diffuser. Even though it looks so simple, the energy of mist and water is there. The energy of the hemispheres are there in the water, and that's what it brings. It brings move love to life. Move that energy to your life. And that is for the water signs. And of course, we have up next the earth signs. So for many people, you might be wondering, why is it so important to set intentions with your elements? Because your elements are what speaks volume to the universe. That is what you are really designed with. It could be your zodiac element, or if you have a birth chart and you know which element you are actually the most of, is also beneficial as well. So just because your sun sign is a water sign, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are all water. You might have another element that you would want to incorporate as well into your intentions and manifestations. So I do offer astrology birth chart readings for anybody who is interested. You can click on the link in my bio on my website, Chakras and Cuss Words, and really find out, what does your birth chart resemble and what does it mean? How can you use it towards your manifestation, your daily practices, and your rituals? And woo, having a 78 card tarot deck is sometimes a little bit difficult to shuffle, but I love it. Okay, here we go for the earth signs. First card we see, 9 of Swords. Second card we see is Page of Pentacles. And our third card we see is Queen of Cups. Ooh, earth signs, this is a magnificent reading. I know some of you might be thrown off right here. 9 of Swords, we see the shadow. We see the grief. We see the heartbreak. We see the lack of communication. We see the overall element where you're feeling so maybe unaligned, so unappreciative. You're moving out of that shadow area. You are transitioning. But what we have to focus on is what brings that area is a purpose, even though it doesn't feel like it. Even though the hurt is there, it is a light at the end of the tunnel. So even though you have to accept your feelings, you have to accept your emotions, you have to lick the wounds. And when I mean heal, what it is that you need to heal, you can heal it. Because as you see, even with the dark, there is still the element of light in the clouds, in the water, in the energy. Let out the emotions that need to be released. Sometimes one of the most amazing things you can do on a new moon is get rid of stuff, get rid of feelings, get rid of emotions that no longer serve you. Have that big cry. You could have that big cry. Let that big cry out. We have also the Page of Pentacles, which really makes me feel that you are totally aligned in your new area. I know it may feel rocky standing up that tall, but you are made for it. You are made for the wealth. You are made for the stability. You are an earth sign. You are made for that green foundation and for that heart chakra energy to come forward. So step into it. Step into your higher power of intention and clarity. Trust your intuition as a earth sign. Trust the process. Trust the enlightenment, trust the energy. It is here for you. And this is an amazing read of transition and formation, of bringing something to this higher power, to this higher leadership, to where you want to be. You have the strong foundation, but you have to release, right? You have to release. Release what you learned, release what you held, and let it go. Let that area go of hurt. Let it go. Move forward. Move past it. And for your intention card for the earth signs, we have baby steps, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Don't be scared to take those little steps. Little steps sometimes create the biggest sustainability and foundation. While so many people are saying to take a quantum leap, sometimes the little steps is really what creates the focus, and that is for the earth signs. And I know sometimes when we think of little steps, we feel like it's going on forever, right? But really it takes a lot of power to step in that area, to step in that worth. And you can, as a earth sign, you definitely have that foundation. Not everything needs to be such in a hurry. Not everything has to be a leap, especially when you are moving away from the grief and moving away from the shadow. And we all have shadow elements. We all have shadow events. We all have shadow periods of life. If they don't serve us a lesson, if they don't serve us abundance, we have to release it back, right? Release it back to the universe, release it back to the area that is not keeping us where we are fully focused, release it back to the part that we don't no longer hold to us. And for the air signs, this is the last read for everybody who is still watching. The air signs are such a mystical element of air and joy and positive flow. Don't let your flow make you feel unenlightened or unsettled. I know the air signs have been on some high energy movement. First card, we have the Emperor, honey. The Emperor. Second card we have is Queen of Wands. These cards are amazing. And third card we have Five of Swords. Here we go. Transition, leadership, magic. Right here, two high energy cards. Right here, the misbeliefs are coming back up, right? We are confident in our stature. We are confident in our area, but sometimes we feel unclear. Sometimes we feel like it's not happening. Sometimes we question ourselves. When this happens, when the shadow happens, when the toxic friends get in your space, we have to release them. We have to let them go. And for the air signs, I know there's some of you who have to break those connections, right? Because we have to balance this state is our most positive state. This energy, our passion, our leadership, our Emperor state, our Queen of Wands state, our magic state, our abundant state. This is a state that we are fully aligned in. This is the state that we want to be in. This is the state that we are going to bring that new venture, that new journey, that new abundance to us. Two magnificent cards with two magnificent messages. This is the area of growth, possibly a connection with love, business, and wealth. But what this is showing me is we have to trust our clarity. We have to release them, right? Right here we see, who is this? This is the backstabber. This is the shadow. This is the one who no longer serves us. Don't worry about what they say. What they say doesn't hold value. What they say makes us feel unclear. What they say might make us second guess. So what do? We have to let them fly. We have to let the Five of Swords, that unclear movement, fly away. That area is not aligned with us. That area does not serve us purpose. We have to create an area where our atmosphere brings us this, becomes this, shows us this. We have to eliminate the toxicity of toxic friends, toxic corporations, toxic work environments, toxic family members, toxic relationships, and let them go. Because this is what we are aligned with. This is our magic. This is our power. So I really want the air signs to clean up their circle, clean up their set of intentions when it is functioning around other people, when it is around other messages, when it's around people who no longer serve us. And for our intention card for the air signs, we have water your garden. Bam. That's all I can say. To really care about getting to this state, we have to pay it back to our garden, right? If we don't water our garden, we don't water our plants, they won't grow. We don't water our grass, we don't pay attention to our foliage, we don't pay attention to our nourishment, it won't grow. Nourishment of self, nourishment of body care, nourishment of tenderness to yourself. Rest. Rest by leaving the toxicity. Rest by leaving the second guesses. Rest. And for the air signs, I really want you to clear that area. Eliminate the ones that don't align with you. Let's just move that card to the side, right? We release them on this new moon because this is where we are aligned with. And I want to thank everybody who listened to all of the zodiac elements. Remember, it's always positive to know your sun sign and definitely your moon sign. If you are looking for a birth chart reading, you can click the link in the bio. And everybody have an amazing new moon in Pisces. And thank you so much.